Good evening, chaps, and welcome back to the channel and here, Billy's Toy Room. I'm busy in preparation at the moment for our Botswana and Namibia trip. As previously mentioned in some of the videos that we'll be taking, it's coming up in a day or two's time. And this evening I just want to run through some of my goodies that I'm going to be taking with. I'm going to lay them all out on the floor, and just I did mention I was going to be taking everything in the kitchen sink. But I've since added to that, so tonight I just want to go through everything. I want to make a little itinerary of everything as well, which is going to sit in my handlebars bag, because these days my forgettery is way better than my memory, and I just want to be able to remember what I've got where, in the case of anything I may need or have to use along the trip. So I'm going to get straight into that this evening and lay everything out and jot it all down, make sure I've packed everything, and the kitchen sink, of course. And from there we will be leaving Saturday the 14th, and we'll be taking 2 days up towards the Botswana border post, myself and a mate. I have managed to get somebody to go with me. So once we enter Botswana, we will be there for a day or two, and then from Botswana into Namibia. We're going to spend most of our time in Namibia doing some of the dust trails and visiting some of the heritage sites as well. So we're looking forward to that. So right, so let's get on to this straight away. Right, so first things first, let's get a beer, because as we all know, no good story started with, well, you guessed it, let's get a salad. Lovely. Cheers, gents. Right, to start off, for the most basic measures, most importantly to me are tools on the trip. So I'm going to be taking with just the more bare essential stuff, just to tighten a loose bolt or change a spark plug or such and such, just the basic stuff. I'm not going to be taking tools with enough to overhaul the engine, but just enough to do basic things, or remove a tyre, a spare wheel, tyre levers, that sort of thing. Puncture repair kits, and as I say, just the basic tools for loosening and tightening screws and removing things. So that'll be the one lot that I'll be packing now. The other thing that I am going to pack, being the GS model that I'm riding, I am skeptical on the electronical side of things. Not that they are problematic on these bikes really as such. They do a lot of mileage on these GSs all over the world without problems. But just for my own peace of mind, I've actually bought myself the OBD-Links 2 fault code reader, just in case we hit a problem, because once we do know, if we're out in the sticks over there and we do have a fault on one of the bikes, we would be able to reset that ourselves. That's what it looks like. That is able to plug into my CAN bus over here, and I've also downloaded what you can see as, it's called the Motoscan app. Now this incidentally only works on the Android phone, so if you've got an iPhone, this doesn't work on there. But this will allow me to get into my bike, and if you're anything like myself as well, I prefer to do my own servicing and that sort of thing too. So this allows me to get into the bike's instrument cluster and to be able to read anything over here. Service resets, I can reset servicing after I service intervals. I can reset any fault codes, that sort of thing, read out any fault memory. Okay, we've got no faults yet present at the moment, but I'll be able to clear those if necessary, and just be able to see what may be wrong with the bike if it gives me trouble. I'm not expecting to have any trouble with it. The bike is 8 years old, but it only has about 30,000 k's on the clock, and I'm not expecting any trouble with it. But that's just for my own peace of mind. I'll be taking that with. Right, starting from the back side here, we've just added, since the last video, just one extra thing here. I've added the Armadillo fuel bag. It's about 11 and a half litres. We've got the two side boxes going with. We have the top box going with over there. This little section underneath here, I've got my tyre puncture repair kits, all that sort of thing inside there. And I've got two Go Gravel bags. These are waterproof bags. I've used them previously. They have been very, very good. We've been caught in some hectic weather, even the hail for that matter. And that is what's going with, that's going to carry my clothes. And the second one on the other side are going to carry just my three-legged stool, my stretcher, little camping tent, two-man tent, and a thermal sleeping bag. I believe it's going to be quite cold in the area that we are going to. I've got some little side bags there, I've mentioned before. These will just have some lubes in it, and just an odd tool or two as well. I've got myself a phone mount over there made by SP, and they're quite good, these phone mounts, the interlocking one. So far I found it quite good, and I'm going to test this out for the first time on this trip. Got the camera mounts on the front handlebars here. I've got some camera mounts on the front of the bike as well, and I've preloaded some of the destination on the bike's main GPS as well. Just for riding kit, I've just got 2 sets of gloves, a good set of boots. I must be honest, it's worthwhile spending a bit of money on a good pair of boots. I bought these are some Belgium made ones. I can't remember the name offhand, but Proformers I think they're called. A mate of mine has given me a great pair of Brooks here to wear, and I've got a nice metallized jacket over here, not one of the most expensive, but I found it quite effective. Just some side bags for the crash bars, and just on this side I have my tank bag that'll be clipping onto the top. That'll carry just some of my goodies that I'm going to be using on and off during the day. Got my 2 camera cases, we've got the drone, I've got some battery backup power for charging cameras and charging cell phones in the event of no power available. That little bag is going to be carrying the most of my tools in it. General bits and bobs, spanners and screwdrivers and those X tools and that sort of thing, just for the most of tightening or loosening bolts on the GS. And this little one over here, little gas stove, a little jump start in case of a flat battery. And inside this little green bag here, we've just got a bit of cooking utensils. Very important, some fishing equipment, just in case, you never know where there might be a fishy available. So that and a little reel, that's going to go with. And if I haven't mentioned previously, just a little rain jacket as well, a rain suit that's in that bag over there. Yeah, so that's about the sum total of what I'm going to be taking with. The boxes are empty at this stage, but in the boxes I'll be carrying just a little cooler box just to keep my daily cold drinks and that sort of thing cold. Maybe a beer, you never know. And just to keep a bit of food for the road cold for the day as well. And inside the boxes as well, I'll just be putting a couple of little things like some canned foods and things like that. It's something not non-perishable in the event of a breakdown, or perhaps we can't find a place to stay or something like that. And I want to just have a little bit of food available in case traveling in the remote areas we may not find places that will have some food. So it'll be a good idea just to take with something that's not perishable, I think anyway. Normal little things like some tea and some instant coffee, I'll be packing some of that along as well. But anything else that I'm going to be needing on the trip, I will be buying along route. And as mentioned, we haven't really booked in anywhere. It's the whole point of the adventure ride. We'll probably be pre-booking an evening before, or possibly on the day that we travel. And so far, that is how we're going to go. Okay, so just as mentioned, I would like to jot everything down because I did forget one important thing, was my little pump, which I've bought off Temu, so hopefully it's going to be good. And I'm also taking with just a little medical aid kit as well, just in case. Right, so as mentioned as well in previous videos, I'm not a great fan of the GPS. I'm going to be using a proper road map here. So I just want to give you a quick idea on the 14th of June where we'll be leaving from and the route we'll be taking the first day. Our first day's leg is about 500 k's. This is going to be our starting point over here. We are in this area here called Margate, and we're going to sort of head up. Our first route we're going to head up is up to Umzinkulu, and we're going to head up towards Ikopo, a little place called Ikopo. We are going to come up this section here, and then we're going to head up to Pietermaritzburg on some of the back roads, and then through the back of Pietermaritzburg we'll be heading up towards Howick. We'll catch a little bit of the highway, and then we will head off the highway up to Nottingham Road, climb back on the highway, again for a short trip through Escort, and then from Escort we'll be turning off into the Drakensberg once again, and then be heading up this way, hugging the Drakensberg mountains all the way up to towards Harry Smith. And this will be our first stop for the first evening. Hoping it's not going to be too cold there, but once we've done that trip, I'll give you some more info after the 14th of June. The 15th of June we'll be heading a bit further up, but we're going to go through the Free State. We're not sure which route through the Free State yet, but we will be trying to come quite close to the Drakensberg Mountains again, probably head to Clarence East. We will decide on the morning when we leave Harrismith which route exactly we're going to take. That is just a little closer look at where we're going up the first day. Right, so chaps, you've got the gist of it, of what's going with on the trip, and we'll speak to you again soon. On the day that we leave, we will add to this on Saturday, 14th of June. Cheers for now.